we have our other friends. Okay, the participle phrase. Okay? So, if the participle is present, it will dependably end in ing. There's an ing again. When it gets this complex, grammar starts to overlap a little bit. Like, it looks like this, but if you change one word in the sentence, it's going to be called something different, and so you kind of just have to go with it. As I said, the times you will study grammar is like now and for your ACT and for your freshman comp class. Okay? So this is for you to take home and just use for when you're studying for your final. Okay? Is everyone clear on that?
Yeah.
The wonderful world of the propositional and the participial phrase. Told you didn't have to start filming until we got to the. Alright, okay, so close all tabs. Thanks. This is Cam. Everyone, second Cam. Cam is sitting behind Cam. He is helping me out with my filming, and he will most likely be here again tomorrow, as will my supervisor again. So she will be doing my midterm evaluation. Just so you know. Hi, Cam. Cam, thank you again for doing this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't want to be here. Sorry. Austin, you read that for me?
Yeah, an editorial is an article that presents the newspaper's opinion on an issue.
Okay, so it is representative of the newspaper. Now, these days we don't read newspapers the way we traditionally did. So an editorial might be things like a blog even, or an online sort of newspaper. So Sheila, read this next one for me.
Editorials are meant to influence public opinion, promote critical thinking, and sometimes cause people to take an action on an issue.
Okay, so in some ways, an editorial is kind of like a soapbox. Do you know that there is actually a soapbox? People really would bring a box to public parks in London as late as when I was there, about, I guess it was 14 years ago. There was a park, people would bring a box, and they'd get up on top of it, and they would talk about whatever it is they wanted to talk about. I'm not kidding. This was your soapbox. It still happens, right? And so there'd just be people standing in boxes, and some of them, if they were interesting, they had kind of a crowd around them. Others were just talking. Yeah, it is a real thing. Okay. Cool.
Gotcha. Essentially, an editorial is an opinionated news story.
Opinionated. That's what you guys, it's a wonderful thing to be, right? So I'm giving you the opportunity to be opinionated, right? Just one piece of research to back yourselves up, and that can be statistics. It can be a quote from a reliable source, right? It's to back you up. You get to have your opinion. You just have to say, look, other people have my opinion too. So now, the characteristics of an editorial. Eloise.
Introduction, body, conclusion, just like other news stories.
Or any other piece of writing that you do, right? Art.
An objective explanation of the issue, especially complex issues.
Okay, so you have to explain it before you can give your opinion on it. You can just jump right into saying this is my opinion on stuff. Sorry, Matt, read that one.
A timely news article.
And then read the next one too. News angle.
Opinions from the opposing viewpoint that directly refute the same issues the writer addresses.
Okay, timely, very important. This is, again, when we're talking about argument, this is kairos, right? You don't want to write an editorial on something that is talking about what happened last summer or that's going to happen in winter, right? You want to talk about something that's going to happen in spring, just happened at the end of winter, right? And then you want to acknowledge, just like any argumentative paper, you want to acknowledge that other people don't agree with you, right? How about we do this? How about you popcorn that? Okay, so I know this would never, ever be a problem for any of you. However, it can get very personal, you know, when you're writing editorials about stuff that's very personal to you, religion, politics, anything like that. And it can devolve into stuff where it's just like, you're something very mean or something very insulting. And you don't want, your editorials will not sound academic or intelligent if you devolve into those sorts of tactics. Okay, so popcorn, Jake. Oh, Jack. Jack.
Yeah,
Take your earphones out.
I'm paying attention.
Okay, then you just got popcorn.
Alternative solutions to the problem or issue being addressed.
Okay. So you can't just complain about something, right? You can't just be mad. There's no stop sign out there. Or how about they keep getting in accidents out there and then end it there. You have to say they should put up stop sign. They should have somebody directing traffic at peak, traffic times. Jack, popcorn.
Oh,
Cole,
Whatever that
go ahead.
Anyone can be right about a problem, but a good editorial takes a proactive approach by offering solutions.
Okay, good editorials. Now, because of the internet, you all have the ability to write editorials, so to speak. You all have the ability to put your opinion out there and potentially make a difference. But they need to sound like this. Nobody's going to listen to you whining and moaning about something, and they want to hear how you can solve things. This is what's important today. It's not what annoys you, it's how you can fix it. Right? Everyone gets annoyed. Okay, well, popcorn then.
Ooh, popcorn at the Austin, yeah.
Alright, a solid and concise conclusion that powerfully summarizes the writer's opinion.
Okay, you want to, they call it a punch. You want to leave them with a punch, right? You want them to remember the end of your editorial. So there's 4 main types of editorials. Austin, do you want a popcorn? To somebody who's not read already. Wait, why didn't you go? Oh, there we go.
Explain or interpret. Editors often use these editorials to explain the way the newspaper covered a sensitive issue or controversial subject. School newspapers may explain new school rules or a particular student body effort.
Okay, so have you seen these sorts of editorials? Right, they're fact-based. They're just kind of an explanation of what's going on in your community. Okay? Oh, whoops. Okay. The next, go ahead.
Criticize. These editorials constructively criticize actions, decisions, or situations while providing solutions to the problem identified. Immediate purpose is to get readers to see the problem, not the solution.
Okay, this is what we were just talking about. Critical editorials constructively criticize things. They offer solutions, but they do want to capture the reader's attention by saying this is a problem. So the reader can also be thinking, well, I don't necessarily agree with their solution, but I do agree that this is a problem. Let's talk about it. Let's come up with solutions together. Okay.
Editorials of persuasion aim to immediately seek a solution, not the problem. From the first paragraph, readers will be encouraged to take specific positive action. Political environments are good examples of editorials of persuasion.
Okay, can